PhD with Generative AI. So I will hand over the session to Ayush Sharma. Let's welcome him with a new session and let's see how it goes.
So, કેમ છો guys? I'm not good in Gujarati, but recently I learned some sentences. So this session is like discussing in English and Hindi. So are you comfortable with that? Okay. So today's topic is unlocking creativity with generative AI. So how many are using in like chat GPTs and kind of tools? You can raise some hands. Okay. So all of people are already use these particular tools. Okay. So I'll introduce. I will introduce myself later. So yeah. So these are the topic which we can discussing about these things in to be specifically for the generative AI. And like first of all, we'll discuss about what is generative AI and how it is growing for last couple of months, and then how many type of generative AI, like how it's working, and then what is the growth of generative AI in upcoming 5 to 10 years. So two and three models which you can try to implement it, and some of the models like you already AI people will already know about the highly, if you are working on the generative AI, so like there we have some highly computation powers, then only we can build some kind of tools. Okay. And then we also know about some challenges, like if we are build their own LLM models, can anyone किसी को पता है LLMs क्या होता है? AI persons already know about.
Large language models.
Okay, okay. So we'll discuss about these things, terminologies, and generative AI में जो LLMs होते हैं उसके लिए highly computations चाहिए होता है if we are building our own LLMs. And talking about the last point, the future of creativity with generative AI. Okay. Okay, so firstly we're discussing about what is generative AI. Generative AI is a part of deep learning. If like the first session is related to a computer vision, so if someone person is good in computer vision, NLP and this kind of fields, so they already know about basics, then only they can understand how it's working and all. So first of all, generative AI is a part of deep learning, and there is a proper union set of this graph, like ML deep learning, and on the top of it AI. So like in the generative AI, it's a type of machine learning and AI, and you can create text, image, videos, and some sort of audios, also things. So you can create multiple type of data types, and apart from that, like you can only focus, like generative AI is only focusing on imagination and creativity. For example, you can just type the sentence, and that the sentence will convert it into a images format, and you can use as a content creations and all. So we'll discuss later how many use cases are there in a generative AI. Okay. Like the speed is good, or I can reduce my speed?
Fine.
So I'm Ayush Sharma. I'm working as a tech lead in AI department, and you can just like search, scan this barcode. You can directly redirect to my LinkedIn account. So this is my intro, and apart from that, my experience is in AI for last 3 to 4 years. I'm working on this particular field, and I built some models like which is related to a computer vision, NLP, and also last couple of months I'm also working on the generative AI tools, and try to explore different type of tools. So I'm not an expert in generative AI, but just trying to learn the type of technologies, how they are working, and how we can connect with these tools. Also, we are just trying to implement our own LLMs for the different kind of use cases. Okay. So let's talk about. There are different type of generative AI. Like recently we are discussing about only 4 type of generative AI. The first type is variational autoencoders. थोड़ा like typical words है और we'll discuss about later like how it's working and why we are using these four type of generative AI in a like these fields. So the second point is GAN, Generative Adversarial Network, and the third is auto-regressive model, and the fourth one is transformer-based model. So as you can see, like the first image is related to a VAE, variational autoencoder. Just the purpose of that particular image is if we have a image, any kind of image, like in that particular example, we can see that there is a cat image, and in the hidden layer, there is a multiple hidden layer. AI persons will already know about it. Like there are multiple hidden layers are there. The purpose of VAE is we have an input image, and that network will like regenerate their images as well as their source image. Like there are two things are there: source image and target image. Source image is what we can take an input from the user side and then regenerate their particular images. So we'll discuss about this, and this image is related to a GAN. We'll also, I'm not discussing in the deeply in this particular slide. Then we, after some time, we can discussing about in the deep sides. So this image is related to a GAN, like the second points, and the third one is related to a transformer-based models. So mainly there are four type of generative AI tools, and let's discuss about the first one. So generative AI, how generative AI will work? Like there are two things. Generally, there are two things: generative and discriminative. The working of generative is they can generate different type of samples or images. If we are talking about, we are using like the main goal is to build some images. So we have some data, a lot of data, and that data would be different kind of parameters they can include it. And apart from that, like we have yeah, in that particular things we for the generative network, that network they can generate different type of samples, and the working of discriminative is mainly they are just track that image is real or fake, just kind of like detective, like if you are a criminal, then they can detect you are a criminal or not, so kind of things. And adversarial training is related to they can train on their large network until generative can create realistic that can be full the discriminative. So ये इस तरीके से काम करता है, like आप अगर गैन पे बात करें तो basically जितने भी data sets होते हैं, like they can generate their data sets images format. So this adversarial network वो track करता है like आपका जो input images हैं वो real है कि fake है, तो वो जब तक ट्रेन करता है जब तक कि आपकी जो फेक इमेजेस है वो रियल ना दिखे. हम इसके बारे में डिस्कस करेंगे कि ये लाइक इमेज फॉर्मेट में ये किस तरीके से दिखता है. सो या टॉकिंग अबाउट दिस इमेज टू टेक्स्ट जनरेशन, विल डिस्कस अबाउट VAE. सो जैसे कि हमने देखा था कि जो फर्स्ट टाइप है वेरिएशनल इनकोडर, वो किस तरीके से काम करता है. सो उसका एक एग्जांपल है. इज इट विजिबल टू यू लास्ट साइड? So basically the step one is those people who are not AI background. बेसिकली देयर इज अ आर्किटेक्चर साइड. अगर हमें लाइक इमेज बिल्ड करनी है, फॉर एग्जांपल एक यूनिक इमेज बिल्ड करनी है जो कि एग्जिस्ट नहीं करती है, ठीक है. तो द फर्स्ट पार्ट इज हम उसको किस तरीके से बिल्ड करेंगे. वी हैव अ डेटा एंड इन अ एआई फील्ड most of the algorithms is only working on the top of the data. Like without data we can't perform any models. सो उस पर्टिकुलर डेटा के लिए हमें जो मॉडल बिल्ड करना था उसके लिए एक आर्किटेक्चर वी हैव टू डिफाइन दैट आर्किटेक्चर. सो इस टाइप से कुछ आर्किटेक्चर होता है. वी आर नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट ईच ऑफ द लेयर्स बिकॉज सम ऑफ द पीपल्स आर नॉट understand that particular layers, but roughly we can try. I will try to explain it. So the first part is encoder and decoder. नाम से दिखता है लाइक वेरिएशनल इनकोडर. इट मीन्स देयर इज अ like terminologies encoder and decoders. So this is the kind of architecture which we can perform as a like VAE. The left one is related to encoder. Like this is the first layer is an input layer and there is some hidden layer are there. So basically encoder किस तरीके से काम करता है, जैसे आपकी जो इमेजेस है, ठीक है, वो कन्वर्ट करते हैं हम उसको एज इनकोडिंग फॉर्मेट में. might be there is some like numerical values are there. So the left bar is encoded their particular features of an image, and the middle part is related to a latent dimensional. So latent dimensional is a single layer which we can pass to the decoder. So जो left part है वो encode करता है features को and then converted to the decoding format. So basically इस तरीके से ये इसका roughly architecture होता है. There are two things, encoding and decoding. And yes, so reconstruction loss. Why we are talking about like reconstruction loss? Because if we can generate some images, so machine can able to understand like what are their losses and how we can determine their losses. So we are just using reconstruction loss. The left side we have an image of cat and as you can see the left side, so we are using encoding network and yes, so on the yes. Now it's visible. So why we are talking about like reconstruction loss? Because जैसे हमने देखा इससे पहले वाली स्लाइड में like we have two things, encoder and decoder. So in the technical side we have a network of an encoder and that network is directly correlated to a CNN. If you know how CNN will work, then only you can like just create a performing of that particular model. So the middle layer is a latent vector. This is a single layer. Initially हम layman term में अगर बात करें तो this is a एक single layer होती है numerical की और वो encoded form में होती है. Then that layer is converted to the, or we can say that like passed to the decoded network. And जो decoded network होती है वो like out of the network they can perform a image, converted numerical images to the pixels value. So it means like they VAE जो है variational encoder उसका पर काम होता है as it is image create करना जो कि उसकी source image थी, ठीक है. जैसे कि इसमें देखा है यहाँ पे basically they are trying to generate pixels from the source image and this is not a real image. The model will try to create some pixels as well as image the source image. Okay. Same thing like we have an input image and some encoder networks are there. So there is a latent space. Latent space के बारे में मैं बात करूँगा. एक हमारे पास में GIF है. So you can like see their latent, what is the advantage or importance of a latent vector. Okay, so इस इमेज पे बात करने से पहले हम डिस्कस करते हैं why VAE is important in generative AI. So basically there are many use cases in generative VAE like variational encoder. So if you can last अगर आपने ट्राई करा हो वीडियो इमेज कंप्रेशर, लाइक अगर आपकी जो इमेज है वो 100 MB की है तो आप उसको कंप्रेस कर सकते हो. सो दे आर मल्टीपल यूज केसेस आर देयर. तो वो काम किस तरीके से करती है इस पर्टिकुलर सेगमेंट में अगर हम बात करें. सो basically there are multiple type of GANs, and apart from that VAEs are also there, so they can compress their pixels value based on their features and other parameters. So on the left side you can see the size of an image is 100 KB, and using this model they can try to compress these images converted to the 25 KB. So हम इसको compress क्यों करते हैं, like why we are compress those image. अगर हमें इस टाइप का मॉडल बिल्ड करना है तो उसमें जो आपका डेटा सेट्स होगा वो इट इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर द ट्रेनिंग डेटा सेट. सो उस केस में हमारे पास में ओरिजिनल इमेज भी होना चाहिए, एंड देन डाउन सैंपल्स करने के लिए हम इसलिए यूज करते हैं, लाइक वी आर नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट लाइक कंप्रेशन पावर. अगर एक मॉडल है उसको 12 घंटे लग रहे हैं रन करने के लिए, बट आफ्टर कंप्रेशंस दे कैन रिड्यूस देयर टाइम, सो इट विल बी बेटर फॉर अस. So generally VAEs इमेज कंप्रेशंस के लिए यूज करते हैं इसमें. एंड अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट जैसे कि फर्स्ट आपने सेशन में देखा था कि ऑब्जेक्ट ट्रैकिंग मैम ने जैसे बताया, तो सेम थिंग हम इसमें भी यूज करते हैं. वन ऑफ द एग्जांपल वी कैन आई विल टेल यू एक्सप्लेन लाइक अ सेगमेंटेशन नेटवर्क. यस.
Sorry to interrupt you, but would you mind if you move little bit left or right, because we cannot see full PPT.
Okay. Just give me a second. Okay. निकल नहीं जाएगा. ओके. Is it fine? Is it visible to you? The last one. यस. सो एक और यूज केसेस है. अभी हम सिर्फ VAE की बात कर रहे हैं. वी आर नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट generative AI, generative adversarial network in short term like GANs and other things. VAE के multiple use cases हैं. जैसे कि हमने first example देखा image compression. Okay, the second example is segmentation network like SIGNet. So the first row you can able to see that like there is a image which is related to a traffic signal. So there is a multiple objectors are there. So firstly they are converted to a segmentation part. Each of the objects will like track that object and convert it to a segmentation. So there is a multiple objects are there. So ये objects जो आपने देखा होगा कोको नेटवर्क कोको डेटा सेट्स होता है. So mostly models are trained on that particular data sets. Why? Because they are very big and varieties of objects are there. So that's why most of the models are trained on that particular data sets. So yes, first use case is this, and the second use case is this, and the third use case is this one. किसी ने like on the sign up page there is a object are there, as you can see like verified kind of things. Captcha, yes. So basically this technologies on the backend side we can use these things like add some noise and like human can able to detect that object is like 2 or something different type of alphabet and numerical. So the same thing VAE can able to do that. Like we have a noisy image of like RGB values. So basically model can encode that particular image or features, and then they reduce their noisy image, and output is very clean image. I can able to show you. Yeah. So this one. So on the left side, there is a noisy image, and model can encode it, their features, and then after that compression representation, they can decode it. Output is very clean because model can reduce their noisy image, and the output is very clean. So we can also say that like this is one of the use cases of a VAE. Yes. So yes. So one of the use cases I can show to you. So basically, on the left side, are you able to see that image? Uh, just give me a second. Yes. So image दिख रही है आपको लास्ट में? ठीक है. As you can see, like there is a lack of information on the centered face. So how you can like predict their values in term of model. So हम किस तरीके से ये predict कर सकते हैं कि इसके बीच का part किस तरीके से होगा. So model can able to detect those informations using VAE. Okay. So there is a multiple layers and widths are there. We are not talking about this because it is very time taking, and we are just discussing about their use cases, why like why we are using generative AI and what are the types of it and how it's working. So we are just talking about the roughly idea. And yes, so the output is, after using this, output is this, as you can see. So model will predict those features on the basis of this network. Yeah. On the left side, we have a lack of information, and after model implementation, we have model will predict those features. Understand? Okay, the same example is this. We have some images and lack of information on the left side, and then model will predict those values. Yes. So there is equations are there. If we are just talking about these equations, there is a two parameters. Like the first part is reconstruction loss, as you can see on the previous slide. So we are try to like track those losses and reconstruct that losses, and in the second part stay close to normal 0 to 1. Why? Because normal distribution is like lie between 0 to 1. So we are just trying to model will try to build their values in the between of these two values. So yes, and the one of the example we can say that like latent vector. So yes, there is an image, as you can see, the first part. Yes. So latent vector is something is related to VAE, and it's a part of a VAE. So as you can see, the last row, the like the shape of that person is same, but skin color will change based on their image. So model will try to generate those faces, and the first part is the skin color and the age, gender. You can also build model can able to build some faces, and yes, talking about age and gender, they can build generate some faces from the child to older person. So the third part is the image saturation. So as you can see, the color of that image is different. So all of this information is related to a latent vector. If we can try those things. Okay. Yes. I also show it to one of the video which you can. Yes. So all of the image or GIF is related to, or like all of these values is generated from the GAN and VAE. Yes. So you can take a picture of that particular YouTuber. So Archive Insight is one of the famous YouTuber in AI/ML field. You can just go through their channel and try to learn some different type of things in generative AI. Okay. So yes, come to. नहीं 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 So before talking about hello, before talking about this particular slide, we are just trying to implement this thing as a सिस्टम से हम जनरेट करने का ट्राई करेंगे कि इमेज से हम टेक्स्ट किस तरीके से जनरेट कर सकते हैं. सो थोड़ा थियोरेटिकल पार्ट हो गया, थोड़ा प्रैक्टिकल करने का ट्राई करते हैं. सो इमेज टू टेक्स्ट जनरेशंस नाम से यू कैन एबल टू see that particular slide, like how we can get some text from the image. So just give me 1 minute, I will set up it. So yes,
Everyone, please be silent. Feedback.
yes. So basically, there are multiple reports are there. You can perform like image to text generation. I used one of them. You can just take a picture of that particular repo, or I can also share you some of the libraries are there. Okay, I prepared one of the texts. So after complete these sessions, can I share with those people with these content like text files and okay, okay. So I prepared some of the content which is related to generative AI, and there is multiple use cases like image captioning. Recently, मैं try करूँगा आपको बताने का कि how we can perform image to text generation, and these are some links like image to text generation के लिए code we can use it, and Hugging Face paper. How many of you know about Hugging Face? So yes, this is one of the famous websites. You can just explore it, and most of the models are already there. If you can perform any kind of things like image to text, text to image, audio generation, audio synthesize, there is a ton of things are there in AIML. So just explore Hugging Face and try to build our own models and just like deploy their things. So yes, then talking about text to image, video cloning, and for the last link, you can just go through it. And in that particular link, you can see there are multiple type of generative AI are there, models are there, and yes. So I just recently, I'm talking about this model. That model is built Salesforce, and we are trying to tested their models. Bleep is a kind of a model which can perform it, and on the top of it, like that model is trained on Coco datasets. So just give me a second. So why I'm talking about Coco datasets, because this is the reason. Are you able to see that words? So in the datasets, we have some values of object segmentations, and 330k images are there, more than 200k labels, and apart from that, 80 objects are there. So that model is trained on that particular datasets. So yes. So this is the code of just zoom in. So we are just talking about image to text generation, and that particular code we have some libraries are using this particular code. So like torch is framework which we can you perform a model, and apart from that I can see that. So yes, so this repo I used it in this code, and we are just try to build or like perform a task on CPU, and this is the image I can show it to you. So this image I used it, and model will take some values and convert it to a textual information. So I just in this particular line, you can see the model name like blip captions, and there's a type of data sets. So this is the code which you can run it on our end, and then model will generate some text. Just so it will take some time to process this. So this is our image, and output will be. Yes, the letter is very small. So have you seen that sentence?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So basically, I use that model, and that model will get some information from the image side, and that converted to the textual information. So you can also test your own end, get some take some inputs as an image, and then convert it into the textual information. So yeah, this is a very limited code, and apart from that, we can also perform text to image, but there is a issue behind it, because yes. So एक इमेज पे और टेस्ट कर सकते हैं, जैसे मैं अगर आपको मुझे सजेस्ट करूँ एक सेंटेंस, तो उसकी हम एक इमेज लेते हैं, देन वी कैन परफॉर्म इट फ्रॉम यूजिंग फ्रॉम कोड दिस टाइम. सो कोई बता सकता है, सजेस्ट कर सकता है कोई एक इमेज जिसको हम रिसेंटली ट्राई कर सकते हैं? सॉरी, I can't take Hitler. Okay. I Interesting. So I take that image. I don't know what is the output of that. So yes. Yes. Let's try. Give me a minute. I think it's supported only JPG and PNG. So just give me a second. Um, let's try. So this is our output. A man in a military uniform is talking to someone. So kindly it is related to that particular image. आप relate कर सकते हो. So जैसे कि last couple of months में आपने देखा होगा, there are like 100 or 1000 plus tools are there in generative AI, using generative AI, and apart from that like many other tools, technologies. तो depend करता है कि आप उस टेक्नोलॉजी को किस वे में लेते हो, किस तरीके से यूज करते हो. So I just this session is only talking about how you can use these generative AI tools in the daily life, or like you can also identify those problems and try to solve using generative AI. So yes, एक एग्जांपल और टेस्ट करना है कि we can like हम अदर स्लाइड पे आगे बढ़ सकते हैं. ट्राई करना है एक बार. ओके. Yes. So in these sessions, I'm not talking about this. Just give me a second. Yes. Image to text simulations. Recently, we performed this model, like this techniques. So I'm not just talking about in these sessions for the deeper side of that particular architecture. So basically, it is very complex, and I'm not like able to explain each of the portions or component in this section because of some limitations are there. So same thing, we can vice versa, we can perform it like text to image generation, but the problem is compression power. As you can see, like we have highly compression power if we are performing some kind of like tools, generative AI and other things. So yes, on the downside, you can see image gen. Image gen is a one of the like model we can use it, and that model is built by Google. So the accuracy is obviously good. And why, like how we can perform like that accuracy is good, because we can track FID scores. Like the score is reduced, then we can see that like that model is very better apart from better model apart from the other ones. So yes, you can see that that down right side, Del E, Del E2, and some of the other models are there. But on the data set of Coco, there are the accuracy, like the numbers are very higher. And if you are talking about image gen, so FID score is very less. What is FID? You can just search it from your end, and in the simple term, yeah, that scores will track those values for the accuracy purpose. Just now, and yes, I can also show you some of the links. So just give me a second. So yes, so if you can if you can try to like try to generate a text to image model, you can just I already discussed with you Hugging Face. So go just explore it and search text to image generation on that particular website. So image gen, you can also explore it. Image gen, this is a paper, like you can see all of them. Like the first thing in the generative AI, आप कितना अच्छे तरीके से prompt लिखते हो, that's a very important things, because if you can't able to write in a descriptive manner or in a detailed manner, so then automatically like your output will not as much as your expectation. So generative AI की फील्ड में हमें जो वर्क करना रहता है और फोकस रखना रहता है, वो प्रॉम्प्ट इंजीनियरिंग में रखना रहता है. जैसे आपने सुना भी होगा, लाइक प्रॉम्प्ट इंजीनियर्स आर वेरी डिमांडिंग फॉर लास्ट कपल ऑफ मंथ्स. सो दैट्स व्हाई प्रॉम्प्ट इंजीनियर कैन यूज those tools or models effectively as per their requirement. So yes, अच्छा ये सब थोड़ा लाइक गिमिक की काइंड ऑफ होगा, बट मैं आपको एक बताता हूँ एक एग्जांपल. लास्ट नाइट मैंने एक प्रॉम्प्ट दिया था इस सिस्टम में नहीं, आई जस्ट सेंड्स प्रॉम्प्ट ऑन हगिंग फेस एंड what their output is. So I will try to show it to you. So yes, give me a second. Yeah. So the prompt is a cat peeking out from behind a sunflower in a garden. So you can see like this is a website Hugging Face, and on the space is kind of a marketplace. So we are just trying to explore it, what is marketplace, and reach text to image. So this is the Git repository which we are recently used it. But as you can see, like from the image to text, the output is very correct or similar to correct. But if we are talking about text to image generations, I will try to show you. Firstly, you can see that image. The quality of the image is very good because the input is very limited and very prescriptive manner. You can see. Are you able to see that at the last row? Okay. So So that image, the resolution of that image is 1024 pixels, like 10245, 12, 256. These are the ratio of that particular images. So the quality of the image is very good. But if we are talking about from low resolution and low configuration of GPU, the output will be this. See, this is a like text which we put it, and it is not very descriptive, but you can see that image. It is very less informative because there is some limitations are there. If you are using a generative AI, so there is some limitations. Still, there is some limitations because they are not covered all of the scenario. We'll discuss about each of the challenges are there in the upcoming slide. But you can see that those two images. So that's why I'm talking about these things, because if you can try to use that tools from the higher using some higher computations, then only you can take some values, और आप देख सकते हैं कि उसकी जो क्वालिटी होती है इमेजेस की वो कितनी बेटर होती है. ठीक है. Okay, so basically the text to image है वो इस तरीके से काम करता है. Same thing, encoder decoder are also there in that particular architectures, and diffusion model is there. Like diffusion के लिए diffusion, do you know, like anyone knows about diffusion models? Daily किसी को पता है Daily diffusion models क्या है? So mainly that model is generate some unique images using take some textual information and generate high quality images are there. So इसमें भी same चीज होती है. Then after that you can see that quality of images. So it's only about your prompt and process it. Yes. So अभी आपने जैसे देखा कि recently we show some images of that cat. Sorry, this is visual. So this is an example of a GAN, Generative Adversarial Network. So Generative Adversarial Network is a type of generative AI, and in that particular network there are two things, generative and discriminative. वो किस तरीके से काम करता है we'll discuss about this slide, but just see that image. Okay, कोई मुझे explain कर सकता है ये इस इमेज में क्या आपको यूनिक दिख रहा है? Might be we are wrong, but just tell me what is the difference between that image? Eyes. Okay, left side में अगर आप देखें, so coarse style, it means on the upper side इसमें hairs लिए, and the middle side they use eyes, and down side में इसमें background लिया है. ठीक है, and GAN use this information and generate this kind of image, and that image is unique. Okay, ये already exist नहीं करती है, and you can see that like the quality of image is very good, but something is very not accurate on the background side like this. This like the information is not very proper or accurate because उसका कोई meaning नहीं है अगर आप left में देखेंगे तो right में देखेंगे, ठीक है. And one more thing, इस तरह की कुछ informations होती है जो कि inaccurate होती है. अगर आप zoom in करके देखें तो like the depth of the information is not very proper. So अभी भी like there is some lack of challenges are there, but yes, like using GAN we can perform many use cases. So how GAN, the working of a GAN is basically we have a data set of a real image with a high quality of images like 1024 or more than that, and on the downside you can see that the random latent vectors like this is our network, generative network. They can generate n number of images, and those images are very unique. This kind of fake images, and on the upper side this is our real images, and both data sets will pass to the discriminative, and then they can track those values like this is our real and this is our fake, and on the basis of this they give some losses, and we are just trying, model will try to reduce that losses. Once it is reduced, then discriminator बाद में उसको पता नहीं चलता कि like this is our real image or fake image, so we can use as a fake image but somehow it is kind of similar to real. Okay, basically it is just an overview of a GAN, like a GAN, working of a GAN, but in the network side or backend side it's a lot of networks and layers are there which model from the images. Apart from like network side or other terminology side, सिर के ऊपर से तो नहीं जा रहा है, मतलब like most of the tools are also there. We are just explore these tools right now. Like हो सकता है कि आपको खुद का LLM मॉडल बनाने में या फिर GAN बिल्ड करने में इश्यूज हो because computational power is there and other parameters are also there. So that's why we are not able to build those models, but we are just try to tools, and अगर हम इसमें से कुछ insights निकाल सकते हैं like use cases define कर सकते हैं, then we can able to do it and use it from sites. So इस सेशन का just main purpose ये था कि आपको like पता हो like what is generative AI and what are their multiple use cases in this particular field and how they are actually working, not for the technical side but just roughly like how this is working. Yes, I also tried some model, but yes, just you can see like recently we tested image to gen, but text to image. So there is a multiple models are there also there like text to image, and diffusion models is also there, and some mini DALL-E. So I used 2-3 model, but my laptop is not supported because of GPU competition, so I'm not able to show you right now. You understand that particular situation, so you can use. That's why I suggest you Hugging Face. You just go through it and try to use that model or multiple use cases. So it's very interesting and very informative websites. And apart from that, if you are go through just अगर आप सर्च करने जाते हैं, एक्सप्लोर करने जाते हैं कि ये किस तरीके से वर्क करता है, तो one of apart from that there is one of website which is very meaningful to you. I will try to paper with code. So how many of you are already know about this website? Okay, well, roughly around 5 to 6 people, but remaining are not knowing. So you can see that website. I will try to show it to you. Browse state of the art model. Okay, what is state of the art model? Because there is a multiple models are there. If you are talking about text to image, so 100 plus models are already there. But we are using the famous one. What is the meaning of famous one? Because it is a art of a state of the art model. So that's why we used a state of the art model, and the company will already focusing on these particular models. So if you are talking about computer vision, so there is a 1599 task. Task means like any kind of use cases, semantics, segmentation, image classification, object detections, and apart from that, NLP. If you are talking about NLP, medical science, miscellaneous, methodology, time series, there is very vast websites. So you just go through it and try test it from your end. Can I close this image? सजेशन अच्छा था वैसे. So yes, apart from that, like text, audio, and healthcare, fashions. So there is a multiple things. इस टेक्निकल साइड टेक्सचुअल इंफॉर्मेशन में ना जाते हुए मैं आपको एक इमेज बताता हूँ. दिस इज द इमेज. You can use AI in business. Yes, give me a second. Yes. You can use generative AI in business educations and all of these fields. Already most of the companies and industries are already working in this particular AI will use in this particular domain, and the results is very good. Why? I'm not talking roughly like हवा में बात नहीं कर रहा हूँ मैं, because मैं आपको एक और इमेज बताता हूँ. ब्लूमबर्ग का नाम सुना है किसने? ब्लूमबर्ग. Just give me a second. So अगर आप देखें तो लेफ्ट में राइट डाउन साइड there is a report of a Bloomberg, and recently we are studying this year, and this is the growth of generative AI. As you can see it, using generative AI, there is a graph, and roughly around 200 millions are also generated using generative AI, and this is the growth of upcoming 15 to 20 years. If you are using generative AI, we can use it from our end and also try to test it as per our searching the specific problems. So that's why the main purpose of that particular session is we know what अभी हम कहाँ खड़े हैं, and अपकमिंग 5 to 10 ईयर और 20 ईयर में हम किस तरीके से देख रहे हैं जनरेटिव एआई को और एआई की फील्ड्स को. सो दैट्स व्हाई द मेन पर्पस ऑफ दैट इज आई जस्ट पुट दैट इमेज फॉर द वेरी रेप्यूटेड website, and that's why just edit, and from the left side there is a multiple applications are also there. Like किसने बोला था आई थिंक यहाँ पे एसईओ या फिर डिजिटल मार्केटिंग में आप, तो एसईओ में लाइक कंटेंट जनरेशन इज आल्सो देयर. वन ऑफ माय फ्रेंड्स इज आल्सो वर्किंग इन दिस पर्टिकुलर डोमेन, बट द प्रॉब्लम इज एआई आर नॉट गिव सम कंटेंट ऑन योर एक्सपेक्टेशंस. सो आपका काम इजी कर सकता है 15 to 20% और माइट बी 40 to 50% आपका काम इजी कर देगा, बट नॉट फॉर द 100%, बिकॉज इन द एआई फील्ड देयर इज 100 और 0, ये कोई वर्ड्स नहीं होता. ना 100 आपका 100% आपका मॉडल एक्यूरेट है, ना 0% एक्यूरेट है. In the between of them we can try to improve their accuracy and models. So yes, so this is our last slide which we can discussing about the challenges in generative AI. So yes, on the left side, these are some parameters visible to you? Yes, on the left side, there is a multiple challenges are there. Completeness means if you are expecting like 100 GB of data of particular for the images, so but you have 15 20 images, so that's why it is not enough to train that model. But we are also focusing about these things, and the other point is also there like timeliness and validation integrations and consistency. Consistency why? Because कोई बता सकता है कंसिस्टेंसी क्यों जरूरी है जनरेटिव एआई में? दिस इज अ सिंपल क्वेश्चन like consistency in generative AI, why it is important? Wrong हो भी चलेगा, but just it's a two-way communication. So बताओ कुछ भी like consistency. It is why it is important in AI field and building a model generative AI. Yes.
It is generative AI, so it usually generates directly. So whenever it gets into some you can say cycle where it gets wrong data and get into another direction. That might be the case where it is not consistent.
For
Yes, yes,
smoothing
correct.
the process.
Exactly. And you are also right. So yes, if you can like most of the people have already used ChatGPT, but everyone persons know some कुछ लोगों को नहीं पता हुआ like that data is trained on September 2021. September 2021 तक ही हो. Yes. If you are using ChatGPT 4 version 4, so still you are not use the latest information, get some information from the latest news and all. So that's why consistency is important. बट somehow like ChatGPT ने इसको अभी लेटेस्ट डेटा पे इसलिए ट्रेंड नहीं करा क्योंकि there are some reasons are also there, and recently में I think ये न्यूज़ भी आई थी कि बहुत सारी कंपनीज अपनी जो ट्रेनिंग है वो स्टॉप कर रही है, पॉज कर रही हैं. So there is some things, and apart from that मॉडल इवोल्यूशंस लाइक गुड और बैड. हमने एक स्लाइड में देखा था रिकंस्ट्रक्शन लॉस. ठीक है, तो इस पर्टिकुलर मॉडल में आपका जो मॉडल है वो कंसिस्टेंटली ट्रैक होना चाहिए कि आपका मॉडल कितना परसेंट एक्यूरेट है. वो एक्यूरेसी हम कैसे चेक करते हैं? देयर सम पैरामीटर्स और इवैल्यूएशन मैट्रिक्सेस like AI persons already know about some evaluation matrices like RMSE and different type of parameters are also there. Like in the previous slide, I just talked about FID scores. Okay, just for the evaluate your model. So this is one of the important use cases, and if your model is not correct or bad, then you can try to train your model and transfer learning on that particular data set, then improve your accuracy. Yes, so this is one of the challenges. I will try to explain you these points, but you can just see that image. So if you are building a model, any kind of use cases like building generative AI, text to image, image to text, and other stuff, but there is some limitations are also there, because जैसे मैंने last couple of days में मैंने देखा था 25 lakhs to 30 lakhs के भी GPUs आते हैं. Okay, 100G kind of things and Tesla. So we can't afford it from ours end, but the problem is every big giants are already using that GPU in comparisons, and why? Because they build their own data centers, and computation side वो better रहते हैं हमसे, because they already have their good setups for training that things. So इसमें हम उनके सर्विसेज यूज करते हैं. समझना इस चीज को ट्राई करने का, जहाँ पे भी अगर आपको नहीं समझना दैट वी कैन डिस्कस ऑन दैट पर्टिकुलर पार्ट. सो हम उनके सर्विसेज यूज करते हैं विच वी कैन कॉल इट एज अ थर्ड पार्टी एपीआई. ओके, और उस चीज का वो चार्ज लेते हैं. सो इफ वी बिल्ड आवर ओन LLM, देयर इज अ डिपेंडेंसीज आर देयर थर्ड पार्टी एपीआईज. फॉर एग्जांपल लाइक की यूज करते हैं, SB जो होंगे वो पता होगा, हम थर्ड पार्टी एपीआई के लिए API की यूज करते हैं, एंड अदर मॉडल्स के लिए भी हम थर्ड पार्टी API पे डिपेंडेंट रहते हैं. सो दिस इज वन ऑफ द biggest challenge if we are building our own LLM model. So we are just trying to solve it, and I'm not an expert in this particular field, but I'm just explore these things and try to collaborate with you guys because you already have some good knowledge. And yeah, this is the one of the challenges. So basically there are the 5 challenges are also there: data quality and quantity. This is the image which is totally relate to that particular uh, point. And the second one is model performance and evaluations, the downs image. Okay. Model explainability and trustworthiness. Model explainability and trustworthiness. Why? Because most of the models you are not able to see their code. For example, ChatGPT. So can you see that code? ChatGPT 3.54, because explainability and trustworthiness is not there, and that companies already use these things. That's why for the upcoming years, that's like model explainability and open source is very important point if you are working on that generative AI. And biases, errors, limitations are there also there, because most of the models is like some of the condition is also already biased, and there some errors are also there. So that's why model is not much as correct. So apart from that, like the last point is dependency on the third party API, which I already talked about. Yes. So all of the slides I covered it. Yes. Apart, yeah, that's all. So apart from technical side, you can discuss from the like normal use cases, or apart from that any kind of use cases, because I'm also new in this field. Might be I don't know some of the layers like in the GAN generative AI, but I will try to solve your question queries. So yeah, we can discuss on that particular part, Q&A sessions. Do you have any confusions or queries? Yes.
So you mentioned that as much as accurate as descriptive in terms of input, then we can get much better output. So how can we can make better by this? If somebody is like new
Yes.
for the field, so how can we make the accurate prompt so we can get more better result, and how in the long run it can be leveraged?
So the question is how we can learn from.
Yeah, prompt engineering.
There's a multiple courses are also there. Recently, deeplearning.ai is a website. You can just go through it, and one of the very good website in the generative AI tools. And Brains is a very good tutor. So they already built their courses in that particular things, and try to enroll it and learn prompt engineering. So yes, I will also share it to you some of the courses link. So it will try to help you or good for you for try to understand. So yes, is there any other question?
And sometimes we, no, there are maybe one of the challenges that I have seen while using the tool is that
Yes,
we
yes.
put something or we are getting something else. So,
Mhm.
is there any, I mean, the stage is into beta stage, or no, it will take time, we can see futures
Yes, yes,
because of that.
yes. Is there any questions?
So, like, I'm also curious, what could be the ideal way where we can like do this kind of computations, as like this requires high computational power. So, like, should we use a small models, or we can take models which are pre-built by which are open source, and just like predict the outputs? What can be the like ideal way?
Yeah, this is a very interesting question. You guys are also try to like समझने का ट्राई करना कि हम इस पर्टिकुलर चीज़ की क्यों बात करें, बिकॉज इज वेरी जेन्युइन प्रॉब्लम. One of the like point is also there, distributed computing. किसी को पता है distributed computing क्या होता है? What it is distributed computing? So basically मैं आपको बताता हूँ distributed computing is not only the solution because I'm also in a learning phase. So it might be a solution distributed computing if we are using a multiple CPU or GPUs and in-house and then connected each of them and then try to train our models. So train our models only on a open source because private model we can't able to see that. So that's why we can use that model and train on the top of our systems. It is also known as about distributed computing. So we can use that things like airflow. I think it is might be think it is useful for that. But apart from that, like we can use that. Technique distributed computing might be I'm wrong, we can use it in our side. So yes, we can train our model open source model on the distributed computing that it will be able to like it might be solve your problems. Okay.
Yeah, to understand that technology, there is a one word that is federated learning, right? By using federated learning, we can train our model even in mobile devices. We can train small model in everyone's mobile device, and after that we can gather all the models.
Yes, कोई suggestion points आपके mind में like वो भी discuss कर सकते हैं. It's not only about your questions related to this. Apart from that, yes.
Basically, we can model train minimum 4 GB
Yes. So if you don't have a GPU, so some of the models is already working on a CPU based because recently मैंने आपको जो example बताया, it is like the computation of that model is on the CPU. So some of the models will not require any GPU, but you can try to test it on your CPU as well. Yes. Google Colab, yes. Google Colab will help you some of the models, but not for the all because there is a limitations are also there. जैसे मैंने आपको बताया ये रहा challenges and limitations is there. उसमें एक issue होता है कि you are not like build your model 24/7 because उसमें बीच में वो interruption हो जाता है. So you are just jump to the your it's Colab Pro part. बट उसमें भी इशू है तो आपको इन हाउस ही अपना मॉडल बिल्ड करना पड़ेगा क्योंकि गूगल कोलैब विल नॉट एबल टू build or deploy our models on the live side. So that's why we are just trying to build our own. Yes.
It's I would like to explain. You are backend developer, right? You are. So it's just like if you get 1 hour to complete one module, and if you get 10 days to complete that module, you can complete that module, but the output is affected, right? So likewise, there is many tiny models you can use, but and you can also use big LLMs, right? So it's just output is different. The small model is give a very poor output, and the huge model can. But yeah, you can compute any model, you can compute any tiny model in your CPU, no need of GPU. But for the things like we are talking about the Hugging Face model and all those things, for that you must need GPU.
Yes. Is there any question, suggestions? No?
Okay, guys. Thank you, guys. Please, big round of applause for.
Okay, एक last question. Like in your अगर आपके point में है mind में है कोई improvement, so you can also discuss in this particular session. If there is improvement in that session, so it will be help to me to upgrade or like try to improve things as well.
Yeah, you can share any
kind of technical and non-technical. It doesn't matter.
Even you can share after meetup in person as well.
Yes, you can also. Okay, done. Thank you.